Hello there. Welcome back to Good Germs Off-Road Adventures, and welcome back to something we haven't done in a very long time, and that is a Harbor Freight tool review. I've got the brand new Berger. I think in French it would be Berger. I made that up. I really don't know. 3-in-1 multi-process. This is the 135 amp, whatever, 120 volt. This seems to me to be what's replacing the old Chicago electric, what used to be, the 90 amp. And I've been using, and you've seen me use it on the channel, perhaps if you've seen other videos building some things, just the 90 amp. I had it for like 12 years, the cheap, I think I paid $89 for it on sale like 12 years ago. Maybe it's been rained on with the leaky roof in the garage, and maybe I don't know what maintenance you're supposed to do, but maybe I haven't done that very well. But it's just not performing. Not that it ever was a fantastic welder, but it was good enough for me. But anyway, I figured it's time for a brand new one, and what we've got is what I just described. Apparently it has DC output type. It also has things like it can do the flux core thing, which is what we do. It can do TIG welding, and they actually have at Harbor Freight the kit to do TIG welding with this machine, and it can do stick welding. I probably will never do stick welding. I can barely do, the flux core. Maybe someday I'll try the TIG. No time soon. But anyway, this just came out maybe a month ago. I don't know how long they've had it. It's pretty brand new. The store I bought it from said this is the first one they've sold. Let me rephrase that. The cashier said this is the first one she has sold. Now the store may have sold more, but she's whatever. It's $120. There's as of right now, 5 reviews on the Harbor Freight website. They're all good reviews, and a video of a guy doing welding things, and it looks pretty good. Of course, it splatters because it's flux core, but it's good enough for us. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. And see what we've got. I know it doesn't come with a lot, no real accessories, which is fine. I already have the accessories I need. So we're just gonna, oops. Don't worry about that sound. That was just the cardboard doing cracking things like that. Okay, here is what appears to be the ground. That's one thing I kind of like about this unit so far. I haven't used it yet, but all of the leads on the old one over there, they're attached permanently. These are, you remove them as you need. Anyway, that looks like a ground to me. And then we've got, this looks like the, this is the lead that holds the stick. If you're going to do, stick welding, that is a heavy duty spring. I guess it would have to be. Yep. There's more down in here. Oh, that's the power cord. Oh, and here we go. This is the wire feed lead. Does this bag open? Okay. There we go. It's got a plasticky tip. It's got a hanger. I kind of like that because I'm always laying it on things. And it has another doohickey that plugs into a thing, plus that plugs into a thing. 6 foot. It's long enough for what we need it for. It's pretty good, I suppose. It only comes, from what I understand, with 1 tip, so no extra tips. I don't know if it takes the same tip as the old Chicago Electric, but if it does, then we'll have an extra, because I'm pretty sure I've never changed the tip in it in 12 years. Moving on. Oh, and here's the welder. All right. Plastic bag. Yep. It is significantly smaller And lighter, they advertise this as 11 pounds. I'm certain that's without the 5 pounds of brand new spool of wire. They advertise this as an 11-pound unit. There's a plug. This is a heavy cable. Now, I don't know how much of this is cable and how much of that is insulation. Either way, in my mind, that's a beefy cable. Let's see. We've got a screen, and then the places to plug in the things. That is where the wire feed gun goes into, plus the other thing that goes on there. And then this, it says positive, but from the video that I watched, the guy said that's where you put the ground if you're doing wire feed. I don't know. Normally, I like to just throw the instructions, but I'm not going to do that. Opening this, I think, is easier. You just kind of lift the little latch in there and up the door goes, and it's got a handy guide on there. Now, the review that I watched on the link on the Harbor Freight website, there's a spot right here where it gave some bad information, and it looks like they've removed it, so they may have updated that sticker, which is good. Of course, your wire feed, your spool goes there, and there's the feed thing. That's fine. But that's it. That's what you get. You got a book and a card, the quick start guide. Let's see what the quick start guide says. Yeah, so, okay. So give it to me. So if you're doing stick welding, then this one right here that has a minus symbol that gets you ground, and this positive here gets your stick holder thingy. I know all of you that do welding are yelling at me for not knowing the right words. I'm sorry, I'm not a welder. I'm just a guy in a shop at home. Anyway, if you're doing flux cord, like I mentioned, the flux thing goes there, and then its other little cable goes there, and then the ground actually goes in this one that says plus. And if you're doing TIG, the ground still goes in the one that says plus, and the TIG attachment torch goes right here. We're not doing TIG, we're not doing stick. That's fine. And it has instructions on how to get your wire fed and all those things. And I guess there's nothing really left to do to feed the wire. I'm going to go ahead and do that here, plug it in with an extension cord. We're not going to weld from here, right? We're just going to set it up to do welding from here. Okay. So like I said, we're going to follow the instructions a little bit, mostly. The guy that I was watching on the video had a pretty good piece of advice. He was suggesting that we go ahead and get some wire poking out of the front of this thing here before we go attaching the lead. So I'm gonna follow his advice with that. So I'm gonna set that back down and open this up. Now the wire that I'm using is 0.030, which is probably what this takes. Yep, 0.030 or 0.035. We're using 0.030. Okay. So, this, obviously we undo that, fold that down, fold that up so we can put the wire in there. And do we need to change that? Whoopsie. Oh. See this thing right here, this is the wire feed wheel, and it tells you which side to use. This side says 0.030, so I'm assuming that needs to be facing out. We'll put it back on. And don't forget, if you change the wire thickness, yep, that's correct. If you change the wire thickness, don't forget to change that. There we go. Pretty easy to change. I like that. I like easy. Take this off. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, good. You don't have to worry about how tight you do that, which is nice, because the other one, you had to wind it up and thread it on, and maybe you got it too tight, maybe you didn't, who knows. Now I am going to go ahead and shove this in here. put that there and get that started into the little blue, whoopsie, into the little blue place it goes, like that. Put this thing on. Put this thing on. Lock. Okay, well that's on. And I'm going to feed this through until it comes out the front. There we go. See, come out the front. Probably about that much is fine. And now I'm going to latch this back down. I don't know how tight that's supposed to be. Does it say? Turn feed tensioner clockwise until nut and threaded shaft are approximately the same level. Oh, that's right here. Okay. I guess that's fine. And then we'll put that over there. And then now I'm going to plug this thing in. Go ahead and make sure the wire goes inside of it. And then turn it. And then this thing goes on in some kind of way. Oh, like that. Okay. Very good. And that should be it. So I'm going to turn it this way. Oh, I probably need to plug it in still. Don't worry about that noise. Just stuff falling off my cart. That's fine. And it kind of been down. Okay. Where's the power cord? Here it is. Oh, that is one heck of a power cord. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's not lovely. All right, that'll do. Let's turn it on and see if it starts up. Yep. Those turned on. It shows something. Let's go ahead and feed the wire. Or not. Oh, maybe. Oh, we got to put it on wire feed mode. That mode button right there, that'd be handy. So you've got wire feed mode, stick mode, TIG mode, that's where it was. Put on wire feed mode. Oh, here we go. It's feeding. And there we go. Wire. Cool. Let's turn it back off. All right, well, I guess this is a pretty good book. I imagine there's lots of cool instructions on here. We're going to read on them a little bit before we go try to welding a thing or two. And then I guess that's the next step, is go try to weld a thing or two. So we'll be right back once we've set ourselves up on a place to do some welding, and we'll see how it goes. So if you remember down here, flux core settings. I know this is not great. So we're going to go with the 1/8 inch. It says 0.030 not to, but 0.035 on 135 on amperage and 18 on voltage. So we're going to probably do somewhere between 120 and 135 because I've only got 0.030 wire. And what we're welding is 1/8 inch. Well, some of it is. And of course, I've got it on my old stand, which is still dirty. That's fine. A couple of things. This is there. And sure. For power, you get this thing picked up here, this massive power cord. So power, what I've got is you need 20 amps, but I actually have 30 amps. That's a 30 amp RV outlet to an adapter for this kind of thing, and I can't seem to get it. There we go, like that. So we should be plenty fine on power. We're on a 30 amp circuit, 30 amp breaker over there, 30 amps, should be good to go. We shouldn't have an amp problem is what I'm saying. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera down and, well, we're just gonna weld on it. All right, so I've got my mode on that. Volts, it wanted a lot. Actually, it didn't want a lot. It said 18. Let's go 17. Let's go right in the middle, sure. And let's bring this down. It said 120, so let's go 127, because that sounds good. And I have no idea if this is right. It's just what we're doing. All right. If that's too hot or whatever, then we'll just adjust it. Okay. So you know, when I picked up the welder there, Harbor Freight was having a members only sale on some things for the Inside Track Club membership due thingy. Got myself a new welding hat. The other one was, well, it's very old and it doesn't want to, it darkens fine, but it doesn't want to come back to light. It just wants to stay dark. Anyway, $35. It's red. It has racing stripes, which I know is going to make me a better welder. Anyway, let's get my other welding glove on here. And one thing that other little Chicago Electric would not do is attack. And I think that's what we're going to attempt first. Now I've already got this thing set up, I think, and let's just see how it goes. Well, I can tell you right away, I'm pretty impressed with the start. Now, it didn't actually do anything. But that's okay. But you saw how it just kind of arced and started, and that's an improvement. So let's just weld. We've got this thing clamped down. It's not going to warp anywhere. Let's just weld it. The weld looks pretty good. Let's it's hot, so let's get the other side. I think let's go ahead and do that. Holy cow. I mean, it's not perfect, and I don't know if I've got it too hot or not hot enough. I can't tell, but let me tell you, I don't think I've done a weld that looks that good ever. I'm going to finish up here, and anyway. It's a learning curve for sure, but let me I'll turn this thing off and I'll get you in here, and I need to get the brush out because we got some slag going on. So I've never, you can see where I started and then I stopped and I came back. I've never put down a weld that looks anywhere near that, as you can tell by looking at that crap right there. So let's get the brush out, clean that up a little bit. I mean, look, it's not perfect, but I'm a little bit shocked at how good that is. Now, of course, I'm not going to cut this open and really look at the penetration. I mean, this white stuff's it's a little thinner than 1/8 of an inch. I think this stuff, is hot, is 1/8 of an inch. So we're probably a little hot, but we're running 030 wire. So folks, look, this isn't much of a review because like I said before, I'm just the home shop guy. I'm a home hobbyist, and I'm only ever probably going to use this for MIG welding. And MIG, what I mean is flux core, not traditional MIG where you've got gas and all that. Probably should be running 035 wire for this, but I think it's probably fine with what I have. Let me tell you, $120. I'm not a welder. I'm definitely not that good of a welder. I think it's the hat. The hat is what's made me a better welder, I'm sure of it. But anyway, that's my first run. I've not fired this thing. You saw me adjust the temperature on the thing, the volts and the amps, and wow. I just, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you that actually do welding more often than I do are going to have lots of negative things to say, and that's all right. You can go ahead and say those things. I don't really care. For me, 120 bucks. This thing just came out, the Berger, whatever you want to call it. I have no idea. In my book, aces. Now, I do know that occasionally they have a titanium welder that goes on sale, and matter of fact, I think it goes on sale tomorrow for about the same price. And it's also you know, it runs on 120 volt and it does the things. This project needs to keep going. I can't keep waiting for stuff to go on sale. So for a regular price of $120, I just don't know how you can beat it. It's small, it's portable, it's light, it does the things. It made welding, and it made me look like I actually have been welding for a week instead of an hour. I don't know. Pick one up. Tell me what you think. I'm curious. I like it. I'm good to go. But anyway, that's my review. Again, we're not going to do any of the stick welding. We're not going to do any of the other thing, the TIG welding. I do want to get into TIG welding. Apparently this machine will do it, but that's another time. And the kit is available. I think I mentioned in the beginning, the kit's available from Harbor Freight already. It's either $79 or $79. I think it's $79. They have the kit. And then you just need to go get a bottle of argon, I think is the correct gas. And maybe we'll try that at some point. I'm not ready for that. I need to get to where I'm proficient with this setup. By the end of Project Donkey, maybe I'll be there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and if you've picked one of these up, what you experience with it. And I guess I'll see y'all later. Take it easy. Bye-bye now.